It's GloryHunter time, and it's actually time to get down to business quite soon on because we've a lot of games to get through in today's episode. We have the opportunity with our first fixture to go third in the Bundesliga table. We're currently 7th, but with a game in hand, playing 6th placed Freiburg. If we win, then on goal difference, we will go above Leverkusen, Leipzig, and Borussia Mönchengladbach and into 3rd place. We have to win to do that. Then we've a game against Monaco in the Champions League, which will sim. Frankfurt next. They're in 8th. We'll play that one. Then we've got Liverpool in the Champions League that we'll play. And then 12th placed Wolfsburg and bottom of the table, currently Hertha Berlin, as the final 2 games in this particular month. There is a smattering of international friendly football in between as well against Ukraine and Canada, which we will just blast past. But we'll start by playing Freiburg because, well, they're right next to us in the league and it's not really one I want to risk simulating. Monaco, we're in a comfortable position in the Champions League group, so we can sim in that. And then we'll play Frankfurt and we'll play Liverpool at Anfield towards the end of the day. Right, that's the lineup for today's episode. Hopefully you guys will go on to enjoy. If you do, then please continue to drop the videos a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it very much indeed. It really helps the channel and the content. So continue that. It's very kind of you. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more. There is plenty of daily content going up on the 2nd channel as well. The My Player Save continues on from strength to strength, and we will be moving soon in that save too. So there's a link in the description to Chesnoid Plays, the 2nd YouTube channel, and you can go and watch the My Player if you might like and have a vote on where we move next in that save. We're here at Dortmund for the rest of this season though, so let's go and make sure we put ourselves in the best possible position to try and win as many trophies as we can this year. Gabriel at centre-back for me, Sally Özcan in at centre mid, and then on the right hand side we've got Gio Reyna. They're the only changes to my regular starting lineup for this game against Freiburg. Big game this, they've got a decent team actually, and obviously as you've seen from the earlier part of the video, they are above us in the table at the minute. Maximiano in goal, 4-2-3-1 for them. Adrien Rabiot is in their central midfield area. Anthony Gordon is on the left hand side. Do need to take a picture actually that and report that back to the devs, because when it shows the players lining up, it shows the cam on the left and the left mid at cam. So you can see Nicola Pepe on the right hand side of their attack as well. And Marcus Thuram up top, the former Mönchengladbach striker, still playing in Germany and in the Bundesliga. So they're going to be a difficult task, Freiburg, but hopefully it is a task we can complete. Matheus Cunha is going to get away from everybody around him here. Lovely ball out wide to McKennie. In there to Gio Reyna, looking for the ball through the gap and not finding who I wanted to find. Decent piece of opening build-up play. You can see how Nicola Pepe is going to utilise his pace to get away, and well, he's fast enough to keep going there, but is elected to take the shot, drawn the save out of the keeper, and now will take the corner himself. He was genuinely in behind me and away there. Marcus Thuram flicks that on, and Florian Wirtz, well, that was his attempt to get it under control, was to nod it so far away from himself that he can't get to it. Thank you, Florian. Appreciate that, mate. We get a foot in on this, please. Well done, Mr. Schlotterbeck. Right, we'll stay at 0-0 then. Rabiot, Thuram. Oh, lovely ball. That's excellent football. That's basically undefendable. Anthony Gordon, the man from Everton, now playing in Freiburg, gives the away side the 1-0 lead. I thought it was going to be a 1-2 between Thuram and the man on the edge of the box here. He gets it in there, Marcus. I thought that was supposed to be a 1-2. It wasn't. Went to Anthony Gordon instead. And he's made no mistake with his first time effort, has he? On his favoured left side. Slammed past the keeper. Just pure shot power. Enough to get it past the man in goal. His first goal of the season. But Freiburg lead. A win could take us 3rd. A defeat will leave us 7th. Sent into Wirtz. Looking for Matheus Cunha. So many times this season already, Albert has been a great source of goals for us. But here, it's Wirtz that is the source of the goal. It's 1-1. And as soon as it opened up there, we got the ball round the corner from Albert to the left back. You could see the chance developing, and we've been able to bury it. We're back on level terms, and that didn't take long at all. I want to try and get it inside, but it's not really the opportunity to do so there, and Albert wasn't really the obvious down the line either. And get this into the middle now with Wirtz. If he can hold off the man that's with him, get that to Gio Reyna, maybe go again. Just too many white shirts in the way there. Matheus Cunha around the corner though to Albert. tuck it back, and I was trying to just let the ball roll across the face of Matheus Cunha's body there so that we could then send the defender and get the shot away. Albert's won it back brilliantly. Our highest rated player now. Cunha, bit of good footwork. Gio Reyna with the effort. It's a good save by Maximiano. He's been awful in the my player at Newcastle, but he's doing well enough to keep us out here more than once. It'll be 1-1 at the break. Do want to win, though, in this one. Take advantage of that game in hand. Aubert, Cunha, Wirtz, and Gio Reyna. Thought for a moment I'd gone one too many and gone to look to play the extra pass when I didn't need to and should have shot with Florian Wirtz in the middle. When he gets it here, I thought, as I committed, I was like, I might have just thrown it away. I didn't. We lead by 2-1. Thank you, Gio. Bye-bye. I do love it when you sit a defender down like that. It's so satisfying. Albert in there to Wirtz, looking for Matheus Cunha, who's actually got the space to get in behind here. The defender seemingly gave up on it. Cunha will make it 3, and that surely then will seal all 3 points to go with the 3 goals. Frustrated not to get the clean sheet again, because continually I think I only have 1 in 10 Bundesliga games so far, and I do need 12 total, but we've gotten ourselves the victory, and the most important thing is putting the points on the board, and if we win the league, then the board won't care whether I have or haven't kept clean sheets. This will take us 3rd in the table and start to close that gap down on FC Bayern München at the top of the table. And actually, FC Köln as well, as they're having a wonderful start to the season. Thuram, nicely around the corner to Shimi Avila, who is, well, away from me here. Kubel makes the save. Keeps us 3-1 in front. If they make it 3-2 there, then the nerves start jangling, don't they, for the final 15 minutes or so. Gio Reyna will play that short, and Weston McKennie is into Matheus Cunha, who's looking for Florian Wirtz, and as it could have been 3-2 at the other end, it's actually 4-1 here. Sorry, Freiburg. You can try as hard as you might like, but we just are better at putting the ball in the back of the net. Lefebvre to Malo Gusto. Decent right back, Malo Gusto. Grows very well. Certainly can recommend from a previous save for you guys to pick up at right back if you're looking for a youngster. But we've gotten ourselves a very accomplished result there. By 4-1, we lead and we win. Sorry, Freiburg. You got yourselves a good 1-0 lead there. And then, well, from then on, it didn't really go your way, did it? That will send us 3rd in the Bundesliga table, and we're not far behind FC Bayern München now. Now, we'll go to the press conference to boost morale and make sure that the players have as much of a boost as they possibly can have for the simmed game against Monaco. I'm hoping to get a win against Monaco here and then just avoid defeat against Liverpool in the game that we'll play later on in the episode in the Champions League, and that will seal us progression through to the knockout stages. We should be very much good to go from there. We're in immediately, we score immediately. Matheus Cunha in the 5th minute. That's a great way to start. We are at full strength with regards to the starting lineup. Everybody that you would want in there is starting. Everyone that's higher rated is in from the off, and evidently from an offensive point of view, that's worked very well for us early doors. They've then hit the post on the counter-attack and get themselves a corner. And maybe Monaco will have something to say here, but their chance goes over the bar. Didn't take long for them to find the equaliser though, did it? Alan Saint-Maximin tucks home for Monaco, and it's a goal apiece. Oh, this is excellent. That's 2-1 Monaco. Christian Baumgartner has given Monaco the advantage at Signal Iduna Park. This won't necessarily throw the group wide open, so to speak, but if we do lose this, it does mean that we have to ensure that we beat Liverpool rather than just avoiding defeat against them. Good save by the keeper, but if we can get a point at least from this one, then I'd say that we're guaranteed to get through without any real problems, but we will have to avoid defeat here to ensure that. 2-1 down at half-time, and as you can see from the stats, Monaco dominating. We took an early 1-0 lead, and then they've just gone and scored twice. It's kind of roles reversed from the previous game, isn't it? We will resume from here and hopefully have a stronger second half. Oh! ball from outside the box. Niklas Süle of all people. It's 2-2. That was a screamer. How on earth has Niklas Süle pulled that out the bag? We are level at home. Jeez Louise, wow. They're in the box here. They could win it at the death. Monaco, we've cleared it away. It will be a 2-2 draw. Quite the entertaining game, as you can see from the amount of shots created by both sides. Certainly this interactive sim leads to a lot of opportunities on goal. We saw one earlier on in the season where we had like 14 or 15 efforts ourselves. You'll have noticed as well throughout the course of the opening 2 games that I'd forgotten to do this again. I need to make sure, I need to get a move in the My Player so that the My Player and the GloryHunter are in the same nation at the same time, so I don't keep forgetting to change the commentators around. Right, up next for us will be Frankfurt. Quite happy with the England squad. And then from there, hopefully, we could get ourselves even closer to top of the table. As we mentioned, we're 3rd now, and within touching distance of Bayern. Still got to play them twice, and we're 6 points behind. So, in theory, the title is still in our hands, because if we beat Bayern twice and then match the result on every single other match day, we'll win the league. Frankfurt playing a 4-2-3-1 of their own. Anthony Mandrea at 73 rated is their highest rated goalkeeper. They got Buta at right back, Onguene, Tyrone Mings and Christian Gunter. In the midfield, it's Christian Jakic and actually Fabio Moretti, the youngster we had at Juventus but sold. Actually, I think I only loaned him, but they must have sold him to Frankfurt in this save since we left. Moretti at 83 rated is one of, if not outright, their highest rated player. Pedro de la Vega on the right with Dwight McNeil on the left. Sasha Lukic actually no, Sunset is their highest rated player at 84. Up top at striker. With a weak goalkeeper, you'd expect us to score. With a strong attack, you'd expect them to score as well. So perhaps, again, no clean sheet inbound, but let's just get the dub, shall we, here at the Deutsche Bank Park. Brought that down brilliantly, Dwight McNeil. Can't get it off him. Lukic is trying to marshal him out wide, and McKennie does really well to get in the way of that, actually. Paqueta short across here to Ismail Benasser, but he's run straight into Moretti, who's decided he wants to run straight at my back line. That's well intercepted again, and clearly the ball changing hands quite a bit in the opening few stages. They're pressing quite hard here, Frankfurt. When they do it in this final third, it does work quite well. But when they try and do it from the midfield line forwards, that's when it starts to fall apart from a gameplay point of view. Sosa begged me to play in this game. He's gotten the start and doesn't have a goal to go with that start. Although it was a brilliant opportunity and he really should have gotten that on target. He's got right underneath it, hasn't he? That was an awful effort. Jakic nicely intercepted by Paqueta and Bellini. Oh, I've given that away. Hello. Cheeky little back heel. Lukic out wide to Pedro de la Vega. Sosa can do the job defensively, but Buta's too quick to get that off me, and Sunset draws the save out of Gregor Kubel. McNeil with the delivery, and up we go with Albert. Headed away nicely. Tyrone Mings, however, I thought he was going to bang that and channel his in, and Niklas Süle. But no, Sosa doing the business defensively again here. That was ill-advised of me to pass that. Intercepted well by the back line, but McKennie does nicely. He then can't get rid of it either. I can't seem to get away from this defensive third at the minute. Christian Gunter out to Dwight McNeil again. It's turned well. McKennie in the way, and this time just going to run with it, rather than try and play a pass. Although Gunter, apparently, pretty quick. Tuck that back and inside, and turns out playing the pass anywhere on the pitch at the minute is me giving the ball away. Bellini forward to Cunha. Wirtz. See all of the space out wide here for Lucas Paqueta, of all people, out on the wing. Excellent touch. Great footwork. Wirtz turns. Surely. Wirtz scores. Indeed he does. Tor for BVB. Dortmund 1. Frankfurt 0. We lead by a goal to nil. All made by Lucas Paqueta, in fact, on that right-hand side. And that touch just opened up the space and let the defence push on a bit, which allowed him to play the pass inside. And then the extra ball. And Wirtz is in quite some goal-scoring form at the minute, isn't he? 9 goals in 10 games for our second highest rated player. Doing very well indeed this year. It's De La Vega. It's a nice ball, actually. Perfectly weighted over the top for Aurelio Buta. Oh, what a save. For every frustration I've had with Gregor Kubel in this save, since he went up to 89 rated, he has made an equally impressive save to counteract that. And that is by no means an easy save to make. No matter how quick he is, if he's going to kick the ball straight at me, I'll take it every time. Cunha. Speaking of kicking it straight at him, here's Dwight McNeil. Sula's in the way. It's getting physical again. Dwight McNeil! Strike from distance. Well saved by the goalkeeper. Social lift us forward. And I really would love a second goal now, just to give me that little bit of breathing room, because Frankfurt keep coming at me. Bellini should have gotten that ball under control a moment ago, and I'm kind of frustrated that he didn't. And it's probably going to end in at least a chance for Frankfurt. They're making changes. I'm going to do the same. Some fresh legs quite clearly needed here. Gio Reyna for Bellini as well, I think. Still, the ball comes forward. Still, they have the chance. And Sula gets the block in. They are pressing Frankfurt. They're desperate for this equalising goal. I want the 3 points. And if they keep missing, I'll get them. Dolberg. Still the danger is there. Oh, the danger is gone. Thank you, Gio Reyna. Was kind of hoping to bring him on to make the impact going forward. As it happens, he puts in the challenge that ensures that we win and keep a clean sheet. A clean sheet, lads. 2 in 11 games. Let's go. Bloody hell, we need to be better than that. But we're getting the wins still, regardless of the fact we're not necessarily keeping the ball out the back of the net that often. We are certainly still getting the wins, and every player did his job today, as we'll say in the interview. Now, we've got a brief international break between now and the Champions League game against Liverpool. In fact, I think there is a game against Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga in between as well. Yes, it's Ukraine, Canada, and in fact, I'm just going to sim and head straight to this training day. And then we will sim Berlin, play Liverpool, and sim Wolfsburg. So the sim against Hertha Berlin, they are strugs so far this season. At the beginning of the episode, they were bottom of the table. What their form has been like recently, I'm not sure. But certainly, they are there for the taking. You'll notice on the left-hand side that Mukiele's into the starting lineup, as is Enzo Fernandez and Julian Brandt. But other than that, we are at full strength. Just bearing in mind that Liverpool game in a few days' time. We don't want to make ourselves too weak for that with too many tired players. Liverpool might be struggling so far in the Champions League this season, but rather evidently they still have the quality to do something against us in a played game. That is for damn sure. Matheus Cunha, however, is keeping up his scoring streak so far this season, and we lead early doors against Hertha Berlin. It's building nicely. Could be another goal here, and indeed it is. Fabio Bellini cutting inside from the right-hand side. We make it 2. We're in. There's a third. Matheus Cunha just before half-time grabs his second. I think we're going to get a win from this, don't you? Over far side, Bellini for 4. For 4. Fair 0. We lead by 4-0 on the hour mark. This has been pretty one-sided, actually. I say that. Actually, if you look at the stats, they've had just as many chances as me and more of the ball. It's just that every shot that we've had has gone in, and every shot that they've had hasn't. A free kick outside the box? That's weird. I'm going to jump in and take this. It is outside the box. It just didn't quite show that with the sim there. Right, Bellini. Put 2.5 bars of power on it, try and get it over the wall and into the corner. Just like that. Yes. Boom. That's a brilliant free kick. Right, anyway. Back to sim. Let's go. What a goal. Every shot we've had has gone in. Finish. Enzo Fernandez makes it 6. I didn't actually acknowledge the fact in the moment that free kick for Bellini was actually his hat-trick goal. He scored a hat-trick. So we scored 6 in a played game against Hannover 96 a couple of episodes ago. And now we've scored 6 in a sim against Hertha Berlin. You guys have nailed it by getting me to do these interactive sims rather than just the quick sim. We're getting such better results. Up next, the trip to Anfield in the Champions League against Liverpool. Liverpool are at full strength now. They didn't have Frenkie de Jong through suspension last time we played them. He is available this time around. Salah, Jota, Diaz, De Jong, Jones and Brozovic, Pedersen, Konate, Mancini, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alisson in goal. It was a 2-2 draw against them at Signal Iduna Park. They then went on to lose to Hajduk Split and Monaco, but they have won against Hajduk Split on match day 4, meaning that they're on 4 points, Hajduk are on 4 points, Monaco are on 5, and we are on 8. And you're offside there, aren't you, Florian? So, if we avoid defeat in this game, we are through. All we need to do is not lose, and we'll be in the knockout stages of the Champions League. But after reaching the final last year, we want to go one step better this year, and just getting out of the group stage is only step 1 of a multi-stage effort to try and win this trophy this season. Thought he had 5-star skills, to be honest. Weston McKennie looking for Adeyemi. Looks to beat his man, has done so! Puts the ball into the stand. Karim Adeyemi beat his man really nicely. Perhaps the pressure from the defender put him off slightly. He too has gone underneath it there. Although I would have expected him to be finishing better than Sosa, that's for sure. Jota out wide, obviously. Andy Robertson playing against his former team. Up against Trent rather than... Oh, that would have been a nice goal. Up against Trent rather than in tandem with him on either side of Liverpool's back 4. And Curtis Jones was nearly the man to give them the lead there. Would have been a nice finish as well with the studs. Adeyemi spun Ibrahima Konate beautifully. And Karim Adeyemi may have missed a finesse effort earlier, but as he wags his finger, he's not going to miss that one. We're 1-0 up at Anfield. Salah giving Andy Robertson the run around there, but Andy's gotten stuck in again. Nicely done by the Scot. I thought for a minute he was going to get embarrassed against his former team, but he's been able to recover quite nicely. Albert. Oh, that's a bit fancy. Verts looking for Albert. We will get it to him. And Andy Robertson will look to deliver across, and it's a very good one. But it's cleared away comfortably enough. Niklas Süle just powering his way through, stumbled into the pass, but couldn't find a teammate. Or at least a teammate that could keep it under control. Anyway, now Diogo Jota is in behind. But Süle's centre-back partner, Nico Schlotterbeck, is the one to put the foot in this time. And a bit stretched now, this one. Flowing from end to end. Verts should be onside here, thanks to Konate in the middle. Oh, and I was just trying to drop the shoulder on the defender and turn inside and get myself a second goal. It hasn't worked. Quickly get there, Albert. And go again. Please be onside, please be onside, please be onside, please be onside, please be onside. He's onside! Tor for BVB. That'll be us through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. I actually thought he was off when I played the ball and was waiting for the whistle to go, but it didn't, and Jeremy does it again for Dortmund. That'll be the win here. We only needed to avoid losing, but it does look like we're going to come to Anfield and get the dub. We've scored 2 against them again. And so far on this occasion, not conceded any either. Are we starting to put together some clean sheet form? We'll wait and see, because there's still plenty of time left in this game for Liverpool to grab one. Oh, Gio's won that back. It's poor from Liverpool. They might be conceding a third if Karim Adeyemi actually gave a shit and would take control of the ball. Well in, Andy. Stopping Diogo Jota. And they've pressed Liverpool. It's going to cost them. Dink. Oh, brilliant save by Alisson. As soon as he started to come, I was made up in my mind that I was going to lift that. They brought on Fabian Ruiz for Brozovic. Albert with the head. Oh, he's ball free. Alisson scrambling. I think Alisson actually tried to kick that clear in the end. As it dropped, I think he's tried to then volley it clear rather than just pick the ball up. He's parried it. It's fallen. And then, yeah, look, because it's fallen off the foot of Diogo Jota, he's thought, I can't pick that up. He probably could have and gotten away with it. And he's gone to just batter it away and very nearly bounced off my man into the back of the net. Really close to 3-0 there, and it would have been all Alisson's fault after making a good initial save. Brought Rodrigo off the bench as well. They've got quite the squad here at Liverpool, haven't they? Not good enough to get them a win here. And to be honest, if Hajduk Split beat Monaco, then Liverpool might be finishing bottom of this Champions League group. Lucas Paqueta. Liverpool getting caught on the counter again. Now, where have we seen this before, other than every career mode ever? Cut it back, and there's a third. Adeyemi on the slide. We're definitely winning this one now. Nice tackle by Weston McKennie. Aye, not the best of passes, however, by Weston McKennie. Here's Fabian. Into Curtis Jones, picked off by Salih Özcan. He's come off the bench to make an impact here. You are well offside there, Adeyemi, aren't you? I don't even know why I tried to play that pass. He's got 2 so far. And to be fair, he's firing back at me, because I said earlier when we signed Matheus Cunha that I felt like Adeyemi hadn't done it against the big teams. You guys quite rightly pointed out that he did score against PSG in the Champions League last year. And he's now bagged a brace against Liverpool. But because of the way the gameplay works and the way that Liverpool are set up tactically, you know better than anyone else just how easy it can be sometimes to play against teams like Liverpool and Chelsea and Leipzig, for example, in this save, when they do that silly press. So you never know what you're going to get. It's either going to be an outrageously difficult game or straightforward. And we've had one of each so far this season. We drew 2-2 with them back at our place, so we've gone and battered them comfortably by 3-0 on their patch. And unfortunately for Liverpool, that might be with Monaco beating Hajduk Split. I think, in fact, it is Liverpool out of the Champions League this season at the group stage. Yep. 4 points behind Monaco. That's who they play on the final day, and they can't catch them. So they will need to better Hajduk Split's result to continue on in the Europa League next season, Liverpool. But they are out of the Champions League this season. And you'll notice as well, actually, the gap to Bayern München has dropped to just 4 now. It was 6, it was 8 or 9 at one point earlier in the season when we had a bit of a wobble, losing that game against St. Pauli. Gabriel's happy with the amount of football he's getting. We will quickly go to the press conference to wish everybody the best and obviously boost morale as best as we can. And we've got that game against Wolfsburg to come next in a sim to hopefully maybe even close the gap yet again on FC Bayern München at the top of the table. We'll see what Wolfsburg are all about. Wolfsburg away then. Should be, as has been the case with the majority of games recently in the Bundesliga, pretty straightforward. He says, as they build well, but we get a good tackle in. And in fact, there's a free kick in there for offside. You can see that Sander Berger is in their starting lineup. Ivan Ušec at Cam is 82 rated. Jeremy Albert, however, is 92 rated. And he's given us a 1-0 lead. I mean, it's been all Wolfsburg in that first half. 70% possession. 5 shots as well, but only the one clear-cut chance. They have hit the post twice, to be fair. But our 1 shot and 1 goal so far is the difference here. But possession is even further moving in their favour as we begin the second half. They've had a chance from kickoff. I mean, if they get an equaliser, they absolutely deserve it, don't they? I can't deny them that, even in the slightest. There's the equaliser from Damari Gray, and that has been coming, hasn't it? Quite evidently by the numbers you see on your screen. They deserve that. And when we have the opportunity to close the gap to Bayern yet further, as it's dropped to 4, it may well be back to 6 again after this. It'll be the first time that we haven't gotten a favourable result from these interactive match sims. We've won every single one we've done so far, but rather evidently, I really don't think we're going to be getting anything more than a point from this one. We've had a little bit more of the ball in this second half, but really not much. Still very much in their favour, as you can see, and building even more so as they put this move together and may even win it late on if it weren't for a good save by Gregor Kubel. So that will be either 2-1 Wolfsburg or game over. And it will be game over with just one shot in the whole game. We took an early 1-0 lead and then did nothing but defend from there on out. But Bayern drew as well. Danke, Werder Bremen. Danke, very much indeed. We have Hoffenheim in the cup at the beginning of the next episode in the third round of the Pokal. The gap at the top stays at 4 then. It could have shrunk to just 2. But equally, it could have grown to 5 if we had gotten what would have been a deserving defeat against Wolfsburg. Congratulations to them. Played very well in that game and earned their point. In the next episode tomorrow, we will crack on with Hoffenheim. We'll then obviously sim Hajduk Split because we're guaranteed top spot in the group. Bayern away is Bayern away. That speaks for itself. And then probably Leverkusen will be the other one we play. Probably play 3 of the first 4. Sim Hajduk Split, Sim Mönchengladbach, Sim Fortuna Düsseldorf. And that will send us nicely into January, where I don't really know if there's much I want to do, but we'll discuss that at a little bit more length in tomorrow's episode. That is all for this one today, though. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. And I will see you tomorrow.